Alright, so I'm back, and today I'm going to do another rant of the week. And a new way I'm going to do this, because I did really enjoy the last one, with my third party scale rant. Uh, so I'm going to post this on Monday, I think. Sunday or Monday. I'm recording it Friday, but I won't be able to post it for a while. So either Sunday or Monday I'll post it. And then Friday or Saturday I will post a follow up video responding to all of the comments from it, because I think that's fun. And then we'll just continue that on into turn this in the rant of the week into more of a discussion video, where once a week we'll just kind of discuss the comments and anything else you guys want my opinion on. So in the comments below, ask if there's something coming up and you're like, hey, what's your opinion on the Hasbro Devastator? Which uh, things like that. Just post it below and we'll talk about it. I think that'd be interesting. I'd try it out. We'll try it out. A couple weeks, see how it works out. So, rant of the week: Headmasters and Targetmasters. Now, let me stop before I really get into this. I want to make one thing clear. I like the Headmaster's toys and the Targetmaster toys. I think they're fun. They're ingenious with the idea. I enjoy them. Power Masters are the same in the same boat. I think they're fun. They're a fun little extra gimmick that's I think it's a gimmick that really pays off in Transformers. I think. Now, but the rant part of this is the story for them. And I'm primarily talking about, okay, not primarily, only talking about the cartoon. Because I haven't read the comics enough to know how the Headmasters play out there. And but I know how they played out in the cartoon. And I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. None of it makes sense to me. Now, I can almost get the Power Masters. To the point where I'll be like, what? But then again, Power Masters weren't really in the cartoon, so I can't. I'm not really basing that on the cartoon. So, whatever. We'll just not talk about Power Masters. I mean, I can get it to the point of oh, okay, so you got the one robot, and he's doing fine, but maybe he needs a power boost, so another smaller robot attaches to him, and it's like an extra engine. I get it. Popeye has a spinach, Optimus has little Target Master or Power Master, whatever. Now, start this off with Target Masters. I don't get the Target Masters, primarily because you got a little robot, okay, or you got a robot, and you got a. And I can't remember how to pronounce the name of the alien race in the cartoon, so I'm just going to call them humans. I know they're not humans, but whatever. So you got a robot, and you got a human. And the human turns into your gun. And that's supposed to target better than the robot. That's where I sit there, I'm like, are you seriously saying Cyclonus and Scourge, or Scourge, however you want to say it, can't shoot their own guns? Because they went through the entire season 3 shooting guns just fine. Occasionally hitting things, but they're Decepticons. They don't hit anything. And when they got the Target Master, it's not like their aim got any better. So I don't quite grasp what the benefit is of having a human be your gun. I could kind of almost be like, okay, well, like if an average person was shooting a gun, and the gun had a mind of its own and was able to target on its own, then I'd be like, okay, I get that. But we're talking about robots. You know, giant robots that have been trained and built for combat. So you're saying the human is better at shooting a gun, or the human is better at being a gun than the Transformer is at shooting a gun. You see my problem? It makes no sense. Why would that be a benefit? I just don't I don't get it. I don't like it. It just doesn't make sense. I just I'm at a loss for it. I really am. Now let's talk about the Headmasters. And the Headmasters for me are worse than the Targetmasters. Because I can almost give it to the Targetmasters. Maybe the robot doesn't even care and they're just shooting off randomly, and now the gun can target for them. But that's not how it really works. Not in the cartoon anyway. But the guns can fly around on their own and point at the Decepticon. Alright, so the Headmasters. Again, I don't see a benefit. So the idea is that when they're in robot mode, the humans their head, and now they both can think together. But again, we're talking about, are you really going to sit here and tell me that a human is smarter than a robot to the point that the robot is benefiting from having the human as a head? Because I don't see how that would be a benefit. I don't. I don't see how that would help at all. Now, like while they're on the planet, and they weren't very familiar with the territory, then I can get that. I could get behind that idea of teaming up with the natives, and having them say, okay, this forest does this, or watch out, there's traps this way. I can get that. I can understand that, but I can't understand why afterwards you would want them. So why would you permanently rip your head apart to put an alien being inside of it to help control your movements? And then when they go into vehicle mode, the humans hop in the car to help drive the car, which then raises, a worse question than how come these giant advanced robots can't shoot, but how come these cars can't drive? There's sentient cars that are now being driven by a human. Because I guarantee you, like Hot Rod in the movie, I bet you anything, his reflexes driving himself is going to be infinitely better than my reflexes driving him. So I wouldn't want somebody driving me, because I know how to work my body. Just think of that. Would you want somebody driving your body? Somebody who's never been in your body? Just, okay, you can drive it. No, that's stupid. So, yeah, it makes no sense to me, and I can't quite grasp what the benefit would be, or the benefit being good enough to have them dismantle their heads and guns for this. it, and then there's the interesting question of, the humans or aliens or whatever, they're mortals. The Transformers are immortal unless they get killed. Um, so when the human dies of old age, does the Transformer die now? Or does the Transformer now have to go find a new human to replace his head? Uh, yeah. And yeah, I really didn't like the idea of when the humans disconnected from the Transformers and ran off on their own. Now the Transformers are stuck in vehicle mode because they can't do anything, because they can't go back to robot mode because they have no head. I like I said, I think it's a stupid concept the way they put it into the cartoon. It just stupid in general. Now, here's what I would have done, because I'm not gonna just sit here and say, oh, I don't like that. No, I like to say, I don't like this. Here's why, and here's what I would do. So here's what I would have done. For the headmasters, make them mini bots. Make them, like Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, things like that. Small ones, or Rumble, Frenzy. I'm not saying use those characters, but those bots that are smaller. Bots and cons. And then make them transform into heads, and then make the body more of an exosuit. And again, I don't know if this is how they did it in the comics. I just go by what I think. Scorponok and Fortress Maximus, those are good examples of my idea. But basically, utilize the bodies, and you'd utilize these in extreme warfare, where whoever's going to go into this battle is going to get heavy damage. Because if done right, the head is the only thing that needs to survive. You could run into combat and just have, just destroy the core body, and by doing that, you could be pulling those last stands like Optimus did in the animated movie, where he ran out there, didn't care how much damage he was going to take, but he ran out there and he took everybody out. Imagine having a group of berserkers thinking like that, like, hey, the body doesn't matter. I can go out there and just get destroyed every single day, and then move on, because I could just pop my head off and walk home. I think that's the way I would have played it. Instead of having them two separate entities, have it one entity that would, because some Transformers are small too. So how are you going to fight, the larger Decepticons? How are you going to hang with the larger Decepticons or Autobots when you're so small? Why not build an exosuit, essentially? Rat Trap did it in Beast Machines at one point, where he was in a big mech suit. And I think that was a great concept. Because, Transformers don't need to always go out and fight by themselves. They can utilize their technology to make things better for them to fight. So why not use exosuits like that? I think that would be a cool concept, a cool idea. As far as Targetmasters go, maybe utilize it more of, as opposed to them helping them target, maybe utilize them in terms of being more powerful, making the guns themselves more powerful, and thus needing to have a sentient being controlling the gun, to control the power output. Like Megatron, essentially. Make him a bunch of Megatrons. Only make them actual size and not size converting. Or maybe Decepticons in training. Something like that. Like, oh, I don't want to always carry my gun, so I make my gun walk. And, maybe someday he'll get upgraded to a Headmaster. Something like that. I think that would have played out a better concept. The Targetmaster still is kind of hard thing to sell, for me. But the Headmasters, like I said, the way I was thinking, would definitely, I think, play out a little bit better for me. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it or not, but I know I didn't understand why. I didn't grasp the full concept of it, and I just thought it was kind of grasping straws, sort of. So, anyway, so there's my thoughts on that. Like I said, I'm not knocking the toys. There was a while there where I wasn't a huge fan of Targetmasters and Headmasters because of the concept in the cartoon turned me off of them. But after playing with some toys of them, like the Fans Project, the Hasbro, and all that stuff, it's like, you know, these guys are actually a lot of fun to play with. I enjoy playing with them. I think it's cool. I just thought the story behind them wasn't the best. So, what are you guys' thoughts? And like I said at the beginning of the video, is there anything you want to discuss the next video? Or the next video like this? So, let me know.